all is well. Well, welcome to another live where we talk about all things living well and building a strong home economy here on the homestead. Super excited to be back with you again to give you some Dollar Tree hacks, y'all, for your homestead. I was a bit worried, and not worried, but a bit concerned about the weather we just had, the nor'easter that went up the coast like a right, leaving behind cold weather and water and all the things. And of course, we are considering what impact that may have on our crops as farmers. Um, I want to show you some of the things that I considered as the weather was coming through. How do I protect and more than anything, how do I protect my crops from the pests, right? Because we have put in our fall gardens, and yes, we want to leave some for them to eat, but we don't want them eating and pesting all over everything, right? So some of the things that I did, I want to show you here on the homestead. So, but before I do that, I did have some concerns. I came out this morning and looked like somebody was sleeping in this chair because I didn't leave it like that, right? So that was interesting. And then over here was this pathway through the roselle bush, and it's leaning, so it was very concerning for me, but it could have been the wind. But looking at the direction of things, I don't know. I'm kind of suspicious what might have been in here last night. But nevertheless, it is not here now, and I have my artillery on me just in case anything wants to sneak up, because you do have to be careful when you are out here, because when you're growing food, you also attract animals. So you want to be careful as you are being moving about your homestead or your space, so that you don't get caught off guard. Even though this fence is up, things can still cross the fence, right? So you want to be very careful. So let's go. Number one of the things that I did was these little mesh bags. I thought they were pretty cool, this little mesh bag. And, our broccoli and our brassicas, can get eaten up pretty bad by the aphids and or creatures before they even get started. So I found these little mesh bags. They have a zipper on them right here, right? As you can see, there's a zipper, and I've just slipped it right over top of the broccoli head. And they come three for $1.25, I believe it is. And so I bought several packs of those to put over my broccoli and experimented with these three here. And I have three more to go. But I wanted to show you this particular hack because this is a great one for your broccoli starts, so that the pests don't, wear your broccoli out before they can get started. Another method that I use for my broccoli heads was these little caps. Like this is literally the bowl covers. You can find bowl covers at the Dollar Tree, and you can slip these over top as well, so that your broccoli and your brassicas can stand a chance without the worms eating them up. So that's number two, which I thought was really helpful, especially for the ones that I put in the bags. These are cabbages, so I wanted to make sure that they were going to be protected, because I've already had to pull off leaves because of worms and aphids. So we got these plastic caps, plastic bags, not bags, but and these are reusable, so you can use them now. And you don't you can these are you reusable. You can use it, take it off, store it for next year or whatever. But they're really good, really really good for bowl covers that you can find at the Dollar Tree to put over top of the head of your crop, so that the bugs and the caterpillars don't eat them. So that's one thing that I did. So that's number two. Then I went and found, I also found these shower curtains, shower curtain liners. They are $1.25 as well. One of these will fit over an entire square foot, this type of bed. This is like a square, and it fits over it completely. And what I used was my clips, these little staples, these little clips that I use for my garden fabric to put these down. I used them for these as well, and I just pinned it down. It was a very easy fix because this is a bed full of collards, so I didn't want to have to worry about, again, the caterpillars and or the cold frost, trying to get them, get them keep some heat going inside of it as well while they are still growing. And I think that this is, you can see building condensation the underneath the liner, so it's getting heat, a heat source, which I absolutely love. I did the same thing. I also used, for those crops that had large leaves that were fanning out like these, I used a plastic bag. I used a baggie. You can also get a box of these from the Dollar Tree as well, and slide them right over. And again, I used these pins and pinned it down. So give the crop a chance to grow, because what I was finding is, you can see all these leaves were leaves that were affected by the aphids, you know. So I had to keep pulling leaves off, and so I'm trying to figure out how to maintain my crop. Another thing I did was I took a whole row and pinned them down, covered them up, and took a pin and put it right in the side of the bag. So it's pinned down. It can't come off. It's giving heat to the bag. This was during the rain last night, and so I'm just going to keep it over for a little while and let the heat still work up, let the vegetables continue to grow. Again, these are the caps again. These are the shower caps, shower. Literally, you could buy shower caps. This is broccoli, as you can see. So I used shower caps to put over the broccoli here. So that's another method, right? Let's see what else. So I use that all down this row, and I'm just testing to see, because didn't put anything over that one. That's a collard. I have broccoli and collards in the same bed, because once the broccoli gets bigger, you're going to cut that down because it's only going to give you one head. But collard will keep giving you over and over and over again. So I put something that will continue to grow once the broccoli is finished, so that I am maximizing the use of my soil. So here again, the same method, maximizing the use of my peppers, which are still growing, and my collards here at the base, and they're growing just fine. Also, wherever I found a need, broccoli heads were more particular. I put that over because these are one timers. So I put, again, this is a shower cap. Use a shower cap. Maintains the heat and moisture. Allows the vegetable to grow, and keeps the pests off of the worms from getting inside of the head of the broccoli or the brassica. Yeah. So we did the same thing here. These were cauliflower. This is cauliflower and baby Brussels sprouts. These were babies. They're still growing. I think I'm gonna put I have a deer head here, a deer fencing, and I'm gonna take the other one and put it at the end here and make a hoop house. So that's the goal for that. But these cauliflower, because I've had to break off a lot of leaves. I've had to break off a lot of leaves because of worms that were coming in, just eating up the leaves. So anyway, it's very cold, chilly out today. The lettuce is doing fine. Let's see what's happening in there. It's chillier out, so the lettuce is just doing well. It's not really sunny today. They don't like hot weather, so but this bed is full of Brussels sprouts, collards, lettuce, and cauliflower. Um, I'm gonna have to start cutting down my basil to save it because I don't want the frost to catch it. Because I've got about 8 trees of basil that I need to start cutting down. So again, get you some of these hacks, get some of these things and put over top. And let's go over here so you can see I did the same thing under here for the broccoli heads and if I could get the collard under there, I did the same thing. So just protecting the crops underneath while they're growing so that they don't get ate up by the pests. And over here, these kale were completely eaten up, and they are now coming back. They're now coming back, so I definitely covered them up. These have these stakes, these poles here in them, and to God be the glory, I created a greenhouse so they can keep growing. And now the kale is growing, and so is the Brussels sprouts. All the kale is everything is doing well. So over here, but they have had to grow back because I tell you, the pest pressure has been ridiculous. And so we're going to be putting up. We want to do all we can to preserve our food, right? To make sure that we have food to eat, that we're learning we have good food to eat, right? Whether it's a lettuce or whatever. So over here for the towers, I did the same thing. I put shower curtains. These are shower curtain liners. These were getting ate up every single day. This is greens. This is Russian Russian kale. It's very fragile too, by the way. I don't really like it all that much. It's just very fragile. This is the bok choy. We covered it up, and we used again these stakes. These stakes can be staked right inside the soil to hold it down. You want to minimize the pests. You want to minimize the ability for the pests to get in. This is the spinach, and as you can see, they had already started pressure, and so they'll get new leaves. They're already starting to get new leaves, but I want to minimize the pest pressure in there as well. Over here, we use because we're starting to, we're starting to close down the garden a little bit. Over here, I created 2 more hot spots. Looks like this fell off here. Let's get this up. Um, this is my Dollar Tree hack. It's my sage. Um, so we got that back up there. But I did the same thing here with a shower curtain. Dollar Tree shower curtain, y'all. Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree, y'all. I brought in some of my wood stakes and staked them. Staked 3 of them together and did the same thing. And now they're going to grow without the pests. And I wanted to make sure they had enough room to continue to grow well because you don't want to limit their capacity to grow. So we have created, as you can see on the inside, is lots of moisture, and they're growing fine. And we did this just last night, so I was out here. I wanted to make sure I got started on this process of protecting my vegetables because I love green vegetables, and so I don't want the pest pressure here to just take them away. So once it dries out, these is also going to keep my vegetables moist. They need moisture. So again, this is a shower curtain. I staked. These are bags. These are my bags. So I staked here, staked one in here, staked one in there, and then I took the curtain and put it up around it, and I took again the staples, not staples, but let me show you. My um, garden staples. See, it's a garden staple that I use for these here. I put the garden staple in the side of the bag and secured it. So these are my Dollar Tree hacks for today. Um, I need you all to know that we can cover to protect. You don't have to leave your food out here. It's young, very young, getting eat up and beat up. Keep it from getting eat up and beat up. You don't have to let it get beat up. You know, get you some little bags and cover the tops of your vegetables. You don't have to have much, you know. And again, so that's mesh. So again, what I've used is mesh. And let me see. Let me just show you so you'll know what I purchased. So you can get you some, because for us growers, growing our food is important. We understand why we're growing, and and we want you to be successful in your growing process as well, because the pests are here, they live here, but they don't have to eat up your food. You just have to know how to protect them. So let me show you what I bought yesterday, um, that has helped me. So let's look in here. I bought this pack right here. This is a pack of bowl covers. They come in, you got different sizes. It's 17 pieces, and you have 4 small, 7 medium, and 6 large. They are color coded, so you know which color is which. Yellow being your largest, blue being your next largest, and red being the smallest. This is the smallest one. So if you have a start that you got starting out there, you can cover it. Cover it with the smallest one. So this box of 17 came, I got that. Then I bought this box of bags, which has 168 bags in it. And it goes from snack size, sandwich, freezer, quart, and gallon. I used the gallon ones to cover the big leaf crops, so that so that I wouldn't break their leaves. I also brought, let's see, these mesh bags. These are the mesh bags that I bought. Let me see if I got one that isn't open so you can see. Essentials mesh laundry bags. So I bought these mesh laundry bags, and these are the ones I put over the broccoli that's already got big leaves. And I zipped them up to keep any pests from getting in there, like rabbits or whatever. So I bought a ton of those. And another thing I bought is this shower curtain. So the shower curtain, the mesh bags, these are $1. So you can cover a whole bed with this. Um, these small bags, cover ups, curtain liners, mesh laundry bag, and your variety pack bags. So you can get a set of these and cover your food up. Cover your food up. I don't care what people say. You didn't go out there and do all that hard work for all of your food to get eaten up by pests. Cover your food up, growers. Cover them up. Make your own hot houses. Make your own places on your homestead for your food to grow. And one of the things that I've been observing today that I have to do is I have to put up. Here's another. Here, my baby's talking. Let me just show you. Divert for a second. I gotta fix their we put a roof on our baby's house, but I'm having trouble getting their mesh back up. So what I'm gonna do is put I'm going to screw in this piece here that will raise it up and hold the mesh in, because this is falling down because it was stapled. And staple is not really secure from anything. So, but once I get some wood pieces up here that will hold this up, like here, because this is holding this piece up, which did very well, and it's still holding it up. So we got to fix that today before we can let them outside, because I know they want to come out and get them worms. But for right now, they are safe. They're safely tucked away. Yeah, I know, girls, but today is different. So mama's got to fix your house first. Okay. And the other thing I wanted to show you, I did the same thing in this little small bed that I have. And you could do the same thing with your tomatoes. Like, I have some bags of tomatoes that are growing that still need a heat source. So I'm probably going to cover these up as well. These cover them up so that they can maintain some heat while they're growing until I get my greenhouse tent up in the middle. I'm going to cover them up with plastic so that they can continue to have moisture, because it is getting colder. So, and they're in pots. They're nice and wet right now. So we just want to keep them, we just want to really just keep them warm. Again, this is the plastic bag method that I use for some broccoli heads that are in this bed. This is another plant, another tomato plant. It's getting ready to get some more new flowers. So the thing is, to make these last a little longer, they need a little more heat. So I'm gonna put some some heat source over them as well. Some, because the plastic is gonna create the greenhouse effect. So, and you do whatever you have to do to maintain your food. And I found the eggs the girls were hiding. They were hiding them. The girls were hiding the eggs, and I found them under the pool, because I was wondering why I didn't get many eggs last week, but I found them. They were underneath the swimming pool. But these are the hot houses inside the greenhouse. So remember, you can create environments for your food to grow. And this is my greenhouse method. Greenhouse within the greenhouse. So, and as you can see how warm they are. They're creating their own condensation and moisture. And last week we disinfected, and so you have to keep them disinfected. But they're growing nicely, and this is seedlings. So this is my. Let me see how I'll show you how they're doing. It's time to plant this cilantro out though, because they are leggy, leggy, leggy. As you can see, I put fish emulsion on them. I can smell it. So they are really growing in there. And this is the broccoli. And I'm about to plant some more greens. That's more spinach over there. Thyme, but it smells just like fish in there. That's okay. It's food. It smells like fish, and that's okay. But I'm going to put up two more of them right here. So it's only going to be walking space in here, and this little working space back here to start more seeds. That's the goal. That's all it's going to be used for, is growing food, and I will have the other one out there to that I'm getting ready to put out this week for more plants. So be ever so mindful of what's possible to protect your crops. Okay? Make sure you keep them safe. And that's the Dollar Tree hacks. That's the Dollar Tree way. Okay? Now I got to get started, because I need to get some of those hibiscus in and restake that one of those hibiscus that's look like it's leaning over. So I don't know why it's leaning over, but like that. But it's literally almost to the ground. So I'm going to go over, take some of the weight off of that, maybe cut back some of the branches, let it keep growing, and take some of the leaves off, because the leaves are also edible. So you want to make sure that you harvest, 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 harvest. I'm going to take in some of these again, the basil. Um, it's time to cut it back. And look what's growing, y'all. Hold on. Look at there. My one sunflower that I got. I've been trying to grow a sunflower all summer, and it's October and it finally decides to show up. Isn't that something? Isn't it beautiful? But it's got several heads in here. So it's going to be a pretty big one. It's going to be a really nice size. If and I don't know how long it'll last, but it looks like it's got a bunch of sunflowers on it. It's got a lot of sunflowers coming through. So we'll see. But in the meantime, y'all, get you some grow houses going, protect your food out here so it can keep growing. I got to get these grapes in the ground. Um, yep, so they can start attaching themselves to that fence line. These things are loaded with tomatoes, so you want to protect them because, I mean, I'm just going to drape it over here and pin it into the soil. Yep, and maybe put a tie, a zip tie, but I'll work it out. It's going to work out. I did the same thing here, put two stakes in, but I'm going to put another one in. I just want my vegetables, I want them to grow. I want them to grow in peace without the pest pressure. So I have some more stakes I'm going to put in there. So at get build your mini greenhouses in your garden, okay? That's what we're doing. Mini greenhouses. Your mini greenhouse effect. Protect your vegetables, okay? I hope that this information helped. If it did, it probably will help someone else. So please share the video. This is Dr. Eve, everyone, talking about all things living well and building a strong home economy on your urban homestead. All right? Peace and blessings. And bye for now.